Yeah, the shining golden signs. Let your inner sparking night. Fat treasure, growing bright.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Spike back again once again. And today, people, today we're here for No.1 Sentai Gozyuger episode 40. And this episode, man, it really does feel like a lot of the episodes that are coming out now are like fast. Like they're very fast-paced episodes. Like we're just trying to get this story about it. Like because a lot of these episodes feel really fast. Like we got rid of a brand new character. We just got like what two or three episodes, 2 or 3.5 episodes ago. Like, and we got the big reveal in this episode as well with Bouquet finding out that Rikuo is Goshu Blue, and that really broke her heart because now she has to like fight the guy that she's a gigantic fan of, but also like a dude that she's actually got feelings for. Like she has these, and they had a moment in this episode too, like another moment, because they've had moments before, but they had like a moment in this episode as well. And I do like this episode is sort of like a late Halloween-esque type of episode, because our No.1 monster for this episode is like a ghost ghoul type of Halloween type of No.1, and he has his power like affected the entire city, and the whole thing was they had to go into his domain and basically go through his haunted house. Now I would have liked to see how much he affected the entire city, because the entire city seemed to be was affected by his power. So I would have liked to see a little bit more of like what his power actually did to the rest of the city. We know what he did to the cafe, because it turned the cafe into a gigantic horror, type of thing, and basically turned, people into real monsters technically. But yeah, I would have liked to see just a little bit more of how his power affected like everything, since you basically showed his whole power affecting the entire city, a portion of the city. But yeah, we see that Ribbon is kind of sort of our main type of villain for this episode. She does the mecha fight and everything. We see Rikuo, he does like the mecha fight by himself. We kind of have like two mecha fights in this episode as well, with Rikuo having to fight Ribbon and Fire Candle. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of that. Like when is Rikuo ever 1v1 the freaking Fire Candle, but that was actually really cool to see. Yeah, but now that the explanation of why Sumino looks different in this episode, quote unquote different, is because she was doing a big case, and in this case she had to like change her appearance and whatever, and he changed her, and Sword basically changed her appearance. So that's why they're basically going with the whole thing of, oh, like this is still the same Sumino, it's just she looks like this now, and she decides to like stay looking like this. Rikuo says she's cute and everything, but yeah. And also there are a lot of like Dawn Brother little references here and there in the episode too. You hear the chants and stuff like that. You see and they talk about the Oni thing and everything in this episode. It was wild. It was so funny. It was funny, but at the same time, we know the background of why this is happening, but at the end of the day, it was still kind of funny, because it's like, oh, you guys are really, but yeah, like that's why. And her personality is sort of kind of like Oni's sister in this episode, but they do keep the whole thing of Sumino liked haunted houses, like Sumino likes scary stuff. Like we had way back in this season, we had like some episodes, or one episode where they did go into like a haunted house and stuff like that and do some scary stuff and whatever, and Sumino was like loving it. Like she was laughing at all the scares and monsters and ghouls and goblins and all that jazz. She was laughing at all that stuff. So it's like they kind of kept it with this too, but they made it a little bit more like eccentric. Like she was super good, she was super like having all kinds of fun with it. And yeah, but well, basically that's how they end up, trying to defeat this No.1 monster. See, Rikuo is the one that, he's the hero of this episode technically, and he's the one that kind of like takes the lead and takes the reins on with getting everybody together and getting everybody to cooperate with him by like kind of making the haunted house more fun instead of just being like completely scary, just making it more fun for all the people that are inside of it, because like there were people trapped inside of it and they couldn't get out, but they were making it fun for them. But yeah, they were basically making it all fun and happy-go-lucky for the people to help the people out. But yeah, we see that Rikuo, he does like a whole dance number and everything in this. He dresses up like a vampire and stuff like that. We see that he does have a moment with Bouquet. He gives Bouquet like a little like plushy merch thing of him. She talks about, and she basically like motivates, he basically like motivates her in this episode too, like not being afraid and things like that. And she does like apologize to him because she doesn't feel like she's been like a loyal fan of his and stuff. And he's like, it's cool, no, my whole job is to make everybody happy, so as long as you happy, I'm happy, but I wouldn't mind if you remember me every now and then. And she's like, okay, I could do that. So it was sweet, it was nice, it was cool. But after that, we get to the whole like Ribbon, Ribbon's starting to like not do her whole, she's starting to break out that whole facade of her being a cute little girl and basically her being an evil little girl. But she doesn't like outright say it, because she kind of keeps some of it to herself, but she's still like an outright like kind of like brutally evil. But yeah, she's the one that decides to make the whole haunted house thing a little bit more scarier by having the grunts come in, and the grunts are coming in, they're actually like attacking people. And then that's when our Gozyuger, and they start getting into action by like having to fight off a lot of the grunts and fighting the No.1 monster himself. And he was actually a pretty cool one, because it was a main body, but he had like a little puppet head on the side or whatever, that was kind of like the mean one. But yeah, so we end up getting into this gigantic fight. Everybody's fighting the grunts, we're fighting the No.1 monster. Pretty cool. Gozyuger always has really good cinematic fights. We see Hodu transform into Opera Ranger Red in this episode too, which was really freaking cool. Got a lot of dinosaur references in this episode. But yeah, he's fighting, he's using the pole and he's using like the staff and everything, and he ends up throwing it away and just kicking the No.1 monster. But yeah, they ended up defeating the No.1 monster, and we get to our mecha fight, which we see that Sumino is the one to defeat the No.1 monster off rip. She saves the person that he's captured and stuff like that. No.1 monster up out of here. And I do like the way he went out. He turned into a ghost, and then his regular body faded away, and then the ghost blew up, which is funny. But yeah, so we got our mecha fight, which is Rikuo fighting Ribbon in her mech suit, the regular classic mechs they always use. She's fighting him, and she's whooping him. She's whooping Rikuo. Like he's in his regular Tegasaur blue form. He's not using any special anything. He's just in his regular mech suit, mech form, right? So she's beating the crap. She's whooping him, and then he does eventually get the upper hand on her. And when he defeats her, she can't. How every time they get defeated, one of the Baridon get defeated or whatever, they're able to escape through the circle that's behind them. But he ended up destroying it, so she couldn't escape. So when the mech blew up, it blew up on top of her, and we see that she starts to digitize away. She starts to fade away and things like that. And then that's when Bouquet tries to come and save her, tries to heal her, which I didn't know. Maybe I'm late to this. Maybe you guys knew this as well, but I didn't know Bouquet had like a healing ability. I didn't know she had that, because she's trying to heal her, but we see Ribbon starts to she's digitizing away, because they're just AI, they're AI holograms, type of thing, right? And she's starting to fade, and it's just like, I didn't know Bouquet had that ability. But then Ribbon is like, my sister's so stupid, I was tricking her the whole time, but now she's actually trying to help me, and she looks so desperate to help me because she loves me. But you know what? I'm gonna give her this. And she makes like a ribbon. She makes like a ribbon and she gives it to her and says, "Hey, I hope this ribbon looks good on you." Stuff like that. It was very touching, even though like Gozyuger makes you care about Baraidon because they're not. It feels like they're not all bad, you know. But it makes like Gozyuger makes you care about Baraidon. Maybe that's just me, but I actually like the Baraidon, characters and stuff because they got personality, and then I don't feel like they're all bad. Same thing with Tegajun. I don't feel like they're all bad. Well, Tegajun, different story, but still, I'm rambling. But other than that, she fades away. She's crying about it. We see a fire candle comes in. He's peed off because he just took out his little sister. She just got here technically, and he's fighting him, and he's getting whooped by fire candle. And then fire candle beats him actually and knocks him out of his mech. And Bouquet, she's pissed. She's majorly pissed. She's getting ready to run over there and take out Goshu Blue, but then he falls out and he's not in his ranger form anymore. He's in his civilian form. She sees this and she starts she has like a panic attack because she's like, wait a minute, like Goshu Blue, yeah, like you're Goshu Blue. And then he looks at her and I'm like, Rikuo, how can you not know that that you've been fighting Bouquet a lot? She had like Bouquet has an excuse to not know that Rikuo. She technically has an excuse to not know that Rikuo is Goshu Blue, right? Because she's never really seen him unmasked like that until now. But bro, Rikuo ain't got no excuse. Rikuo is like, bro, you should have known all along that Bouquet was part of Baraidon. Look at her, like. All this time you've been fighting her and you didn't know that was her. You could kind of say the same thing with Bouquet, but at the same time, she's never seen him outside of his suit. Or she's never seen him transform into his suit like in front of her. She's never seen that. So, but to him, she doesn't have a suit that she transforms into. She's just her. So that was just one thing that's like surprised me. Like, bro, how do you not know that? But yeah, so she screams because now she's like, I have to avenge my sister, but the person that took out my sister is the man I love. So it's like it's really, really conflicting for her. I see why she was getting ready to have a freaking panic attack. But yeah, this episode, wow, a lot happened. Like, I don't know, for me, like a lot happened in my opinion. And we're getting some of this stuff out of the way so we can go ahead and start getting to the other stuff. Next episode, our boy Ryugi is finally gonna get to use that Ryu Tega sword. I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, especially with all the Sumino stuff / Oni sister stuff, I did like the Dawn brother, little references here and there. But yeah, and then I'm just gonna say it. I think the whole excuse of her like, oh, you changed my face and you changed this and I can't change it back, it was kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie, it was stupid. But other than that, this episode was cool. I dug it. Also, my other gripe is we just got Ribbon and we're already getting rid of her. I mean, I don't know about that. But other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode of No.1 Sentai Gozyuger. If you made it this far, I thoroughly appreciate it. Make sure to hit that like button, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember, stay head shit.